Welcome everybody once again to another video. Thank you for clicking. As always, much appreciated. Today we're doing something a little different, a little fun. We're taking an image that I've seen many variations of, but I picked a real simple one that we're gonna digitize together, and I'll be linking the file in the description. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. If it's gonna be a type a certain word in the comments. I mean, the link might just be in the description. If you don't want to see the whole video of me digitizing, I understand. No worries. A like and a comment or whatever it is still very much appreciated. But if you are interested in digitizing, then stick around because we're going to be doing the design start to finish. I'm only going to be putting this file in two sizes for hats, so it'll probably be like a 2.2 and a 2.5. This is just kind of so you guys could play around with your machines if you need files to try out, see how it stitches out compared to how it stitches out with me. So I'll be showing you guys everything that I'm doing, the stabilizing, the stabilizer. I'm not doing anything with the tension, so everything should be fine on your end as well. Also, we are so close to 900 subs, so a like and a sub is very much appreciated if you enjoy. But yeah, let me know in the comments and then we can make this into a weekly thing so you guys also get something out of watching my videos or supporting, you know, all that stuff. So let's get to it. The first thing we do need to decide is how we want this to look. We're gonna go real simple today. I was thinking about maybe doing 3D puff on the outlines or the letters. I honestly don't think it's worth it. It's such a simple design, and just for the sake of the video, I want to keep it kind of simple and just show you guys what we could do here. So for the text, I did find something that was fairly similar to that, but since it's not an official, I forget the term for the type of file that is text made for embroidery, but let me show you guys which one it was. Like, these are all pretty much for like actual text, not embroidery fonts. So they do come out a little bit weird, like the one I thought about using, but it is just too weird. So let's go ahead and find something that actually, well, I didn't have to do that. Something that actually looks similar, or not, it doesn't even need to be similar. We're just doing this. Okay, I actually like this one better. There's nothing that special to it, but it's pretty clear. It's pretty clean. What was it? This one here. Okay, now we are able to give it a curve here. I find that it's pretty difficult sometimes to find the exact curve when you're trying to match something. And in this case, it's not bad. I'm gonna keep that. And then you mess with the curve down here, which I always just mess around a ton, kind of guesstimating how that works. So even this is not bad, but I'm gonna keep it just how it was, just like this. It doesn't really matter. Let's position everything already squared away. Oh, we'll do that after actually, because this image is humongous. Getting to the brass tacks here, the only thing that's gonna be changing around here is the fill. This will probably be tatami, and I guess we could imagine a satin border around here. Maybe add a border around this area too. I'm not too sure how that's gonna look. Yeah, so let's go with this. Let's go ahead and fill this up as a regular fill, tatami fill. Now this part here is going to be satin, so maybe just up to here. And then what you could start doing is fixing it so automatic trim is off. Then we're going to digitize open shape so we get a running stitch instead of cutting the thread. Same here. Off. Then we could go ahead and do this other tatami fill. Well, okay, there we go. Let's change that up like that. No real reasoning to that, just thought I'd do it. Okay, let's put it in true view, and then here we also have to decide how our satins are gonna work, because there is something to work out here. The good thing though, I feel like it's gonna give it some good depth. See here, we're just gonna imagine that we have this border here. The tatami fill is gonna sit in the back, kind of like, because this part of the design is supposed to be like a shadow, right? What are we doing here? Maybe go this way. Connect it here. Bring it around town, back this way. I didn't have that on satin, so I have to fix the angles here a little bit. Just like that, for the sake of this, so we could tell that's how it's gonna be looking. Not bad. Let's go ahead and fix this. Our end stop right there. Off. Keep on digitizing satins. And anybody that's digitized probably sees somebody else digitized like myself and has like different ideas of what they would have done, and that's totally fair. This is just one interpretation of how a design could be done. There are, of course, some like what's the word? Like technical ways that things should be done, but I mean, for something like this, just kind of having fun with it. It got some weird underlay right there. Sometimes when you get some weirdness, sometimes I just take away the underlay. I don't think that was the issue. There you go. So starting there, again, we'll just continue it off as fluid of a motion as possible. And we're gonna do here the same thing we did on the other side. Let's make our imaginary border here. Actually, this doesn't open like that. We could do this. Perf. Once again, now we're gonna close out this part here. You could also be doing this in blocks over here on the left, digitized blocks. But sometimes I find it easier just to kind of draw it this way. It's easier to see the nodes this way sometimes. Okay, so here's a little tricky. I think I did it thinking of this all wrong. All right, let's keep on going this way. So we are just going to return right here. At the end, I'm gonna double check all of these areas here, like how it's sticking out here. It's probably gonna tuck under there. Okay, that looks good. The other thing too, I guess we gotta see if we wanna fill this in, the actual ghost. I feel like we might have to. that kind of like gives you, makes it foolproof, so that doesn't really matter what color hat you're using. I'm gonna fix this, there you go. You're still gonna be able to adjust the colors so that it still stands out. So yeah, we could also use blocks as well. Little point there. I don't know if maybe, what's the other software that's after this one? Wilcom, the Wilcom 4, I think it's called. I don't know if that one has it, but I remember Embrilliance had it. So let's say you're doing a satin like this. You had the option to choose what kind of ending you wanted here. Like with this one, you have to, let's say you want a point, you have to make that point like that if you wanted to end this way. And then Embrilliance had an option, so like you could choose your ending points to automatically make a point, which was actually really useful. Like for areas like this, I could just do a single open shape and then choose that the ends end with this point. And I don't know why this software doesn't have it. Also, I think there was an update, which is not free, that also has this button up here on the top toolbar that lets you just click on it once and it centers your design. Currently, you have to zero out the X position and the Y position, but it's like that should be a real basic thing that the software already has. I don't think it's like you gotta pay to unlock that. I don't know. Kind of weird. Go ahead and move this. Simple little quality of life thing. But it's really not a big deal just to zero them out. I do it all the time. But I've never tried Wilcom 4. I know that's like the pro one. Besides like little things like that, I don't see why I would need it. I guess I would find out once I would try it, but as of now, I really don't see a need for it. Maybe somebody in the comments could tell me one of the biggest things that makes it much better and much more expensive as well. Okay, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and do little facial features here. No biggie. Let's do these tatamis. Can we add little eyebrows to like, what would be a good, just like really wide eyebrows? No, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, now let's type up here, freakazoid. What was the height on 2 point? I should have like typed up both of them at the same time so I know I actually have the same height of lettering, but it honestly doesn't even have to be. Okay, so here we are gonna mess with this thing down here. So how was it? Oh, that's less. Just a solid one. Okay, that works. Okay, and now let's just go ahead and remove the image so that we can start centering everything. Although sometimes it does not actually center perfectly, like this dude's head is blocking, so we could play around with it a little bit. The bottom part will be really centered. This thing, if anything, would that throw it off too much? Something like that. I think if anything, a little bit this way. Sure, why not? Okay. At this moment, now we are at 2.5. Let's go ahead and fill this guy in, shall we? Set that all the way at the top, but after that bottom text, this would be white. I'm gonna take care of this right now because it's always a pain to do, but might as well just get it over with. Let's try to mess with the pull comp to make sure we don't have many mistakes. All of these, stick those out. And I know I could just fix that on that side panel as well, but good practice. Feels good when you get a design like really well on your first or second attempt. And then this part up here is gonna stick out because it's embroidering from the bottom all the way up, pushing that thread out and fabric out. So let's bring this down, even to that amount. All this stuff at the bottom, it's all like gonna be over, kind of like stacking with the other stuff that's going on, so not a big deal. Awesome. This I'm not worried about too much either. It's a small little area. I'm gonna fix this though. I don't think we need all that much sticking out. I am gonna add a little bit of pull comp to all of my satins. It looks okay here, like exactly how the image is, but once it actually embroiders, they do get a little bit narrower. So let's go ahead and bump that up a little bit. Manual spacing, that one just a little bit higher right here. And then I'll go over the metrics of all that stuff as well. Text as well. Okay, now should these be black? Oh yeah, it would have to be, yeah, everything. Pretty much, right? That's what it is. We could maybe do some dark gray, give it a little bit of contrast. We'll keep this black and we'll keep this white. We'll find a hat where both the white and the black stand out. I'm gonna keep these two are gonna match, but I don't know what it would be. I always like red. I'm gonna just keep it red right now. So 2.5, we'll go with 2.4. And that's about it, everybody. I don't think I'm gonna run a practice because it is 1:20 a.m. And that's just gonna take up a little bit extra time. But for the file, if there is something that is really wrong with it, I'll have it fixed and the file would have that revision. All I gotta do now is save it and then take it over to the machine and we'll run it. It is now the next day and it is 2 a.m. in the morning. We had a power outage or maintenance the whole day, so I couldn't get to the project until right now. But anyways, we're gonna be using this hat here. I was thinking of using a dad hat, but I'm gonna use this one instead. It is not a dad hat, it is a little structured, but even then, not really. I'm still gonna be using one sheet of 3-ounce tearaway. If I were to be doing a dad hat, I would double it up, so 2 sheets of 3-ounce, but since it does have a little bit of reinforcement here, we're just gonna use one. Besides that though, just standard hooping. And with this color, I'll be able to make the ghost white, outlines black, and the text, black could pop really well. I'm gonna stick with red. I honestly don't think it goes that well with the blue, but it's what I got on the machine and it'll look just fine. Don't mind the trash, but let's hoop this puppy. Let's choose the colors. Bottom text, red, and then it'll be doing the body of the ghost, so white, and then the shadows and satins, that's 2, and then the top of the text, red once again. Now I just make sure I am lined up with the middle seam and that I go low on the hat, and we could run a trace. See, this design is, what did I do, 2.4 I think? There's some machines that, like the Melco, I think the most I could run on that is like a 2.3 inches. So that's why I'll be leaving, what did I say, a 2.2 or 2.3 and a 2.5 size design for this one. But here we are, gonna be running at 600. Didn't mess with the tension at all. Presser foot, none of that was changed. While that is running, I just realized I forgot to show everything in metric, so here it is. We'll start with the text here, manual spacing, height and width, the innards of the ghost. Here we go. Here we go. And I guess the overall size of it. What I didn't do here that I also just realized is I am starting from the bottom up, but I also should have started from the center out with the text as well. This is where it should have been starting. The text is simple and the hat is not crazy hard in the front, so it's still not an issue. Anyways, I have gotten some comments of people requesting that I compare the Melco to the Tajima. The last one that I did receive was just how to run the Tajima. So I might be doing a little series on that, break it into multiple parts, because I know they're good videos and they would probably do well, but they're just like, it is gonna be a bunch of talking and I kind of dread it because I'm gonna have to plan out what I'm gonna say like crazy, and I'm not trying to do some kind of comparison where it's like, no, this was just the best and this one sucks. It's not the case like that at all. I've said it before, each machine has its place no matter what it is. So I will do some different parts for the Tajima. I'll probably break it up into loading up the design, changing the color of a design, things like that. And we'll see how long those videos take. Maybe I'll break them apart, maybe I won't, but stay tuned for those. Here we have it, folks. Fixing the white, putting up the pull comp. We got full coverage, nothing was too short and nothing shot out of the satin. My white tension is off, or I need a new needle. There was some looping in there, nothing crazy. That is it. Here we have it for the file. I am gonna fix it so it stitches out bottom up and center out for you guys. That's all I got for this one, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the digitizing, the stitch out, everything. Like I mentioned, I will put the 2 different sizes in a Dropbox probably, or if you want to email me, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you could email me. It's in my bio, I believe, of the YouTube channel. It'll just be the 2 sizes. After that, I'm pretty much done with this file. I'm not going to be resizing it for whatever reason. This is just to give you guys something to stitch out if you're interested in doing so. So thank you once again, everybody, for watching. A like and subscribe is very much appreciated. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.